been diving into music production over the last couple of years with a lot of breaks in between, but recently I'm pretty active at it again. Like everyone who's into this hobby, I've gathered a lot of assets over time. So in this video I will show you all the free VSTs and packs I actually use a lot. My main interests are the production of trap beats and some drum and bass tracks. So when it comes to the packs I'm going to present, which include drums, loops and other presets, they might be centered around trap a lot. But most stuff in this video can be used independent of the genre. Let's start with the VST I use the most. It's called Vital and is a full wavetable synthesizer. You can pretty much create any sound in it, from leads, keyboards, bass, pitch vocals, pads, sequences, and so on. On top of that, the interface is really straightforward and clean, without lacking any depth. You can clearly see all the different settings without getting lost in an overcomplicated interface. The preset browser is also pretty nice, since you have a dedicated space for it instead of having a list with the smallest font size possible. The best part is probably the pricing. There are different price tiers of Vital, but the free version has all of the features except for access to a text to waveform tool. But honestly, I'm not too interested in that anyway.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
All you have to do is to create an account on Vital's website, which is free of charge and doesn't require any payment information to be entered. Also, the non-free versions come with more presets and skins for the UI. But you can get a lot of cool Vital presets for free on this website, which is called Preset Share. You can filter it by only showing presets for Vital and even search for keywords or limit your search to specific genres or instruments. From there, you simply download the presets and drag and drop them into Vital's preset folder. And it's probably my most used VST of all time. This might sound pretty basic and some people might not understand why you would need an extra equalizer, since most software packages already have one integrated. But I actually prefer ZL equalizer to the default one from FL Studio. The reason for this is the pure simplicity of the interface. You can simply double click anywhere on the spectrum and it will add an EQ band there. It will even choose the type of the band based on the position of your mouse. So if you double click on the highs, you will get a high shelf band. If you double click on the lows, you will get a low shelf band. And if you click somewhere in the middle, you will get a peak band. And if you click even further off the center, you will get a low pass or high pass. Of course, you can also always manually select a different type of band. By starting with basically 0 bands by default, the EQ will only get as complex as you want it to be. And you can even click this icon here to solo the frequency of each band. So you can just drag the band around and scroll to increase or decrease its range to find the frequencies you want to affect. You can also use a sidechain signal and view the collisions, which are the frequencies where the input and sidechain signal are overlapping. Then you can also use the sidechain to make the bands react dynamically to the loudness of your sidechain. So for example, if you have a pad and a bass in your project and the pad makes the bass sound distorted, you can set up the EQ to scale that frequency on the pad down whenever the bass is playing. This way you can make both sounds hearable without completely sacrificing the frequency range of one of the inputs. can also use EQ matching, which will adjust the EQ to the frequencies of a source signal of your choice, like your sidechain. It's free and open source, which you wouldn't assume since the UI looks so clean. ZL Equalizer has become a key component of my current mixing workflow and is the best free equalizer I've used so far. The same developer also has a free compressor, which I didn't really use since I am quite happy with the stock FL Studio options already, but it might be worth checking out. No matter what you plan on doing in your DAW, you will probably find use in the free VSTs from KiloHearts. They have a whole collection of free VST effects, which include distortions, compressors, delays, chorus, reverbs, phases, and more. I especially like the trance gate, which you can use to program a rhythm or simply chop a melody. The reverse, which will, well, reverse the input, and the tape stop effect, which will slow down and speed up the input when pressing this button to simulate the sounds from stopping a tape. And as a short tip, to assign an automation clip to this button or any other value really in FL Studio, you will just have to click this knob icon here, interact with the element you want to add an automation to, and then right click the knob again and add it as an automation clip. Again, you will need an account which is free of charge and doesn't require any payment information. Then you just download the KiloHearts installer, where you can simply install all the free effects at once. This video wouldn't be complete without mentioning Cymatics. They are one of the biggest pack creators out there, and their sounds have already been used by some big names like Drake, Trippie Redd, Bad Bunny, and Future. You can see all their free stuff listed on their website, and they really have everything for a lot of different genres like hip hop, trap, and lo-fi. From one-shots for synthes, vocals, and drums, to full loops with included MIDI files. So you can just use their melodies with your own instruments and make it your own. They also have a lot of sound effects and ambient sounds. The packs are really high quality and royalty free. Again, you will just need an account to unlock the downloads. They are a little bit spammy in my opinion when it comes to sending out promotional emails, so maybe don't use your main email account or set up a filter in your email application. Like, from their emails I learned that Cymatics House costed them less than $200,000, and I don't believe that is a necessary thing to know. They also have some free VSTs like Deja Vu, which will fade and reverse its input, which is pretty useful to make your pads sound more interesting. They also have a free VST called Diablo Lite, which is useful for mix and mastering your drums to make them sound more punchy. As I've mentioned before, I do a lot of trap beats, and this pack, which I found on Reddit, pretty much covers everything you need for trap in terms of drums. You probably won't need any other pack for that if you have it. It's free and was shared by the creator using Google Drive. Only thing I have to criticize is the naming convention inside the pack, since it is basically just 808.1 to 808.205. And this pack is pretty much just what the creator has been collecting over the years. So you're not on the safe side in terms of licensing. All the creator said was that the percussion and vocals in the pack are probably not free. Since I only use the pack for personal use, I don't mind, but maybe you do. If you have to care about licensing, then I would recommend you to stick to the packs from Cymatics. Again, something I found on Reddit, which is a Google spreadsheet full of free VSTs for everything you could ever ask for. Each entry includes a link to the VST and a comment by the author, so you can get some information about the VST by an actual person before checking it out. The spreadsheet includes anything from synthesizers to compressors and de-essers. Like everything else from this video, I will link it in the description. Also, if you don't mind spending some money, you should look at Humble Bundle from time to time. I once got 42 packs and a few VSTs for just 28 euros. So quite a good deal. What I will also link in the description is the link to my SoundCloud profile, where you can check out some of the stuff I've made if you're interested in it. I hope you found this video helpful. Leave a comment about your favorite entry of this list if you want to, and don't forget to subscribe, or I will give Cymatics your main email address.